I have over 100 platinum trophies, and in our last video we got the platinum trophy in LEGO Batman 3. And so today it's time for... Originally released in 2014 to the PS3 and PS4, the LEGO Hobbit has a total of 40 trophies for us to collect. And let's just say that I might have given up on this game, because it nearly took me 2 years to get this platinum. So our story begins here in the Lonely Mountains where we meet Thorin. And like all LEGO games, this first level serves as an introduction and shows us the abilities that all of the characters have. And this is probably where the game started to already become confusing, because there are a million different characters and they also have a million different abilities. Anyway, we find the Arkenstone, however this brings out the dragon Smaug. Smaug wreaks havoc on the Lonely Mountains and also the surrounding town and then steals the Arkenstone from the dwarves. We try to take it back, but Smaug is too powerful and then chases us out of the mountain. We escape, somehow all alive, and this pops us our very first trophy of the game.
A city turned to ash. Complete greatest kingdom in Middle-earth.
The next level introduces us to Bilbo, but not much happens in this level. All the dwarves arrive at Bilbo's house and we have to cook them a meal. After completing dinner, Thorin then explains the quest to go and steal the Arkenstone back from Smaug, and Bilbo hesitantly accepts.
5k PB. My 5k PB, let me get it up on my Strava. 20, something like that. In a hole in the ground. Complete an unexpected party.
For the next mission, we then make our way through the mountains, and then after setting up camp at the top, we then have a flashback with Thorin. The flashback is where Thorin was fighting against an army of orcs and trying to reclaim Moria. Here we get to kill a whole heap of enemies, and once completing the flashback, we then get our next trophy.
Our man, please hold. Slunk back from whence he came, complete Azog the Defiler.
Now, unlike most LEGO games, you actually can explore the open world between each level. And before jumping into the 4th level, I explored around and then I popped to my very next trophy for collecting 99 of any resource. And these resources are going to become pretty important later on in the video.
First go, hardly burglar material, collect 99 of any loot.
Now the next level was the infamous troll level. After getting caught by the trolls, all hope seems lost, until Gandalf shows up.
The dawn shall take you all. And be stoned to you, complete roast mutton.
The group then ventured into the troll horde to try to see what treasures they could find, and then we met Radagast.
Alright, let's go. Surely we got a save point here.
And after crashing his sled, we then have to save all 5 of his animals and repair the sled and then escape a pack of wolves.
Outlaws, so this can make up for it. More of a letter opener, really. Complete the troll horde.
We then arrived at Rivendell and met with the elves. The elves, however, don't give us the best advice, but undeterred, the group continues on up the mountain. Except this is no ordinary mountain. Somehow though, the group makes it to the other side unscathed.
It's worth like $100 Australian. More than a thunderstorm, complete overhill and underhill.
There's just one problem though, as on the other side of the mountain, the group have now arrived in Goblin Town. The group have to fight their way through an entire horde of goblins, and after doing this, we get our next trophy.
Stuff like that.
And here is where Bilbo first finds the ring.
That'll do it. Complete Goblin Town.
And just when the group feel like the worst is behind them, Azog the Defiler catches back up to them. The group escape into trees and begin throwing firebombs down on the orc army below. And when all hope seems lost, the giant eagles come in the nick of time and save us all.
And then they just land on... I believe the worst is behind us, complete out of the frying pan.
Azog and his group, however, find us, and we now need to enlist the help of Bjorn, a skin changer.
What do you need? Complete queer lodgings.
Bjorn then leads us into the Mirkwood Forest. However, it is haunted and everyone becomes delusional, and then we are abducted by spiders. Bilbo, however, manages to put the ring on just in the nick of time and hide from the spiders. And so with the help of the ring, Bilbo fights back against the spiders, and he also gets a little bit of help from Legolas.
Attercop, complete flies and spiders.
The elves imprison the group, however Bilbo is of course the one who doesn't get captured. And the group somehow escape in these barrels.
Though I've just been smashing Black Myth, escaped the dungeons of the king, complete barrels out of bonds.
The group then arrive at Lake Town, however they don't receive a very warm welcome, and the weapons that they were promised are actually locked away in the town's armory. And in order to try and kill the dragon, the group need the weapons.
The Mountain King's return, complete a warm welcome.
The group now has their weapons, but Gandalf and Radagast set off on their own quest to find the Necromancer. And after investigating the caverns in the mountain, they realise that he has escaped.
He is summoning his servants, complete looking for proof.
Gandalf and Radagast then arrive at Dol Guldur, and here they confront the Necromancer. And then, after defeating him, Sauron appears.
It's undoubtedly a trap. Complete the Necromancer.
We then returned back to the group, and here, after completing another Lego build on our way to the next mission, we popped our next trophy.
Strength. Master Builder. Obtain 150,000 studs from instruction builds bonuses.
The group then arrive at the base of the mountain, and here we find the door that leads inside.
Time to earn your reward, complete on the doorstep.
And then finally, we take on Smaug and destroy him by covering him in gold, and then leave with the Arkenstone.
Think furnace with wings, complete inside information.
And then for some reason, the game ends here, and the last part of the story is never actually made, and the DLC that was actually promised was never ever released. Which is why I think this game is kinda hated on. And so with the main story now finished, it was time to go back through and replay it all again. Now just like all of the previous LEGO games before, we need to collect all mini kits and also achieve Master Burglar status. But we also have artifacts to collect and also Mithril plans as well. Now I won't bore you too much with the details, but we did manage to pop 4 trophies here, and these were all collectible related.
Dollies and your mother's dishes. Collect all treasure items in levels. Our long forgotten gold. Collect all mini kits. That's why we need a burglar. Obtain all Master Burglar titles. Stone Giant Stomp. Complete the bonus level.
So with the collectible trophies now out of the way, it is time to go back into Middle-earth and complete every single quest in free roam. And if you're looking at this map, this is pretty much where I decided to give up on my platinum journey, because there is just so much to do and I have absolutely no idea where to start. So I decided to go and complete all of the quests around Middle-earth, and it felt like that there were at least 100 of these. So while completing these quests, I did manage to pop 2 other trophies. The first one was for creating a custom character.
Oh, who is this horrid creature? Create a custom character.
And then the next one was for completing the mining game perfectly 50 times.
Wealth lies in the earth. Complete the mining game perfectly 50 times. Oh, okay, cool.
And then what felt like an eternity later, we finally started popping some trophies. The first one was for collecting all schematics.
Labouring in the villages of men. Collect all schematics.
Then we collected all of the mithril bricks.
The Greed of Dwarves. Collect all mithril bricks.
Forged all of the mithril treasure items.
That's a thing of beauty.
Objects of great beauty. Forge all the mithril treasure items. Unequaled skill of the dwarves. Forge all the perfect mithril treasure items.
Collected all characters.
Quite a merry gathering. Collect all characters.
And then completed all quests before achieving 100%.
Ever the people's champion. Complete all the quests in Middle-earth. To be continued. Achieve 100% completion.
So with all of the combat trophies done, we had 8 trophies left, all tied to combat and just random characters. And honestly, this wasn't going to take us very long at all. And so the very first trophy we got was for transferring Bjorn into his bear form.
Bjorn again. Transform to Bjorn's bear form.
And then we had to equip Thorin with the Mithril Mushroom Crown, and then equip our character with the Dazzle Wig, Mithril Rhythm Stick, and the Mithril Dance Boots.
Dawn of the Mushroom King. Equip Thorin with the Mithril Mushroom Crown. Lord of the Prance. Equip yourself with the Dazzle Wig, Mithril Rhythm Stick, and Mithril Dance Boots.
Then we moved on to the combat portion of the trophies. So for the first trophy, we had to use Gandalf's Startle ability to dazzle 50 enemies. And here in the Orc battle, you can get this done rather quickly.
Conjurer of Cheap Tricks. Use Gandalf's Startle ability to dazzle 50 enemies.
And then in the exact same level, we got the team building trophy for using every dwarf from Thorin's company in a buddies up attack. And then we also stacked this trophy with the Bros Before Gold trophy, which is for using 50 buddy up attacks.
Team building. Use every dwarf from Thorin's company in a buddy up attack. Bros Before Gold. Use 50 buddy up attacks.
I then finished off our second last trophy by completing a level on co-op with a split screen controller. And then finally, I had to spend the last 20 to 30 minutes just grinding out studs with the multipliers here, and then we were done.
The unaccessibly wealthy. Collect 10 billion studs. And then the road goes ever on. Collect every trophy.
I really enjoyed the LEGO Hobbit and I thought it was one of the better LEGO games, but again, the collectibles and the missions that you need to do are just ridiculous. After completing 3 LEGO games now in a short space of time, I honestly feel like I need a break. Make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment down below on what LEGO game you think I should play next, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.